Hi, is it Inga?
Hi, yeah, it is.
Hi, Inga, hi. My name is Liz Jones. I'm a solicitor here at the Legal Advice Centre at John Moores University. Thanks very much for coming today. Obviously, in the circumstances, we're on Teams, so I'm glad that you've been able to connect okay. And can you see and hear me all right?
Yeah, just about.
Okay. I just wanted to, partly introduce myself and just explain that this is a free interview about your legal query. And I work with students, so can I just ask your permission to record this interview? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so we'll only use it for educational purposes for our students. Okay. And just in a few minutes, I'm going to ask you to take me through the background to your problem and tell me a little bit about what's going on. If at any point the sound drops out, just let me know. Hopefully I'll be able to give you some initial advice today, but also I might need to go away and look in a bit more detail about some of your issues. Is that all okay?
That's fine.
All right, so I'm going to make a note also as we're going along. So, do you want to just tell me a little bit about why you've come today?
Yeah, so I was referred by a local charity that I've been getting some help from called the Mind Help Group, and it was just to get some advice really. I've sorry.
It's okay.
I've been banned by court order from seeing my son, and I just want to know if it's possible for me to get back in touch with him, and if so, how? Like, could I get a phone number, find out what school he's at? I just I just want to reach out to him really, and I just want to know what necessary steps to take to do that.
Okay. What's your son's name?
His name's Macaulay. Macaulay Whitehall.
Macaulay Whitehall. And do you know Macaulay's date of birth?
Yeah, it's the 24th of the 3rd, 2011.
Okay. And what's your date of birth, Inga? Just so that I've got my file.
9th of the 4th, 88.
Okay. And what about Macaulay's dad? What can you tell me about him? What's his name?
So Macaulay lives with his dad in Scotland, Perth. I think they're still based in Perth. His name's Jordan Whitehall.
Yeah.
I was with Macaulay's dad for a long time, and we married in 2010. We had our Macaulay in 2011, and we split in 2012. At that time, I was living in Scotland with Jordan and Macaulay, and then when we split, I came back to England. I was living with my sister for a little bit, and until I got on my feet. Yeah.
Okay. So that was about 8 years ago then that you split up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you? So little Macaulay was only 1 at the time. You came back down to England. So did you keep in touch with him then?
No, can I just ask, this isn't this is confidential, isn't it? Like, you're not going to report to the police that I'm trying to reach back out to Macaulay or anything? This is being okay. I tried to go back to Scotland a few times to reach out to Macaulay, and there was an order put in place while I was there. Basically, I got pissed off, and I tried to go to Macaulay's nursery, and then I tried to go to his school, and and an order got put in place to stop me from having contact with both Jordan and Macaulay. And there was one in place, and that was for 5 years, and then that expired, and yeah, I can't remember if that was. I went to the sheriff court. I can't remember if that was DOP.
Okay.
Yeah, I got pissed off when I was over there one time, and I went to Macaulay's school.
Yeah.
And the police turned up, and the arrested said that I was trying to kidnap my own son, and that I was threatening him, and I wasn't. I get it might have been a surprise, and looking back on it now, I don't think it was the best thing to have done, but I was just trying to reach out to him, was just trying to talk to him. That's all I wanted, you know?
Yeah. What time of day was that? And did you actually see him, or?
I caught a glimpse of him at the school, and I shouted him, and I was trying to talk to him, and within minutes the police were there and I was arrested.
Right, okay. So when you first split up, were you able to see him at all in those early years, or?
No.
Okay. Did you keep in touch by phone or anything?
I tried with Jordan, but he wouldn't pick up, he wouldn't answer, he wasn't interested.
Okay. And what about legal advice in those early days? Did you get any legal advice?
No, I stayed away. I just stayed away. I didn't try after that. I didn't want to. I was scared to. Okay. I couldn't bother with the faff with the police. I've had plenty of run-ins with the police all my life, really, and I couldn't be arsed with it all. But that didn't mean that I stopped caring. That didn't mean that I didn't want to see Macaulay. I just didn't want the hassle, you know. Yeah. Okay, so there was a gap then from when you left Scotland to when you went to the school. Can you remember roughly how old Macaulay was, just so that I can try and get sort of a time frame? Can you remember how old he was when you went to the school? God, it would have been about 4, I think.
Okay.
So little. It's just only been 9 now, and it's just just hard, isn't it? Because you can't help but wonder. You know, he's at that age where I hope that he'd be asking questions about me, and that he probably wants to know about his mum.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the court proceedings then in Scotland when you got this order made. Did you go to court, or?
No. There was. Sorry. No, there was a court order putting it against me, and I couldn't have contact with them. Yeah, I did go into court and that, but there was belief, like, you know.
You didn't have a solicitor or anything?
No.
Okay. So, I know from what was on the referral form that you struggle sometimes with your reading. So was somebody able to explain what was in the order?
Yeah. Sat down with a few people. They explained everything to me, and I've been getting help with the Mind Help charity that I'm working with, and they're helping me with me reading and writing. It's just hard to keep on top of the paperwork, and I get a little bit stressed with it all, and so I have had support and that. I've had support.
Okay. So tell me about what's been going on for you for the last couple of years. It's good that you've got some support from mine, but you mentioned about having some difficulties with the police. Was that down here in the UK or in England, sorry, or was that up in Scotland?
What was that, sorry?
You mentioned that you'd had a bit of trouble with the police. Was that here in England or was that in Scotland?
Both.
Okay.
Scotland, when I tried to make contact with Macaulay and Jordan, and I'm going back years ago now. This is when I was younger. I've been through phases of, you know, being homeless and yeah, a bit of a rebel, I suppose, when I was a little bit younger. I've been arrested a few times for theft, store robberies, that kind of thing. I was only a kid then when that happened. Non-violent crime, obviously, it was just, you know, petty stuff, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember once actually I got in the back of a van. There was 10 coppers sat there all surrounded me and spoke to me like absolute shit, and I've just never had a positive experience with the police ever, really. Yeah, but I mean, you know, that was years ago. I was literally, I was a kid, I was a teenager, you know. It wasn't like, you know, in recent years or anything like that. But I just haven't had the best relationship with the police, I suppose. This is confidential, isn't it? It's not gonna, because I just, you know, you're not gonna reach out to the police and tell them that we've had this conversation, or this isn't gonna go other than
no, for solicitors, we've got really strict rules about client confidentiality, and that's something that you know, that's important that I tell you, because all of our discussions, I'm bound by solicitors' regulations that say that I have to keep matters between us confidential. There's only very, very exceptional circumstances that I can break confidence, and that might be circumstances where I think a child may be at risk, or certain other circumstances. But yeah, it's important that you feel that you can speak freely, because what I want to do more than anything is to try and help you. Scottish law is a little bit different from English law, but some of the basic principles are the same, and they're about Macaulay's interests being most important, and him starting to get to an age where he's going to be asking about his mum, and you know that he's got a right to know who his mum is. So we're going to try and do everything that we can to help you. So
thank you.
I need to know, I will need to know a little bit more about the court order, because that's, whenever there's a court order in place, that's always got to be my starting point. But without getting too technical on the legal side of things, because you and Macaulay's dad were married when Macaulay was born. Was Macaulay born in England?
Scotland.
Okay, I'll double check with Scotland, but I'm pretty sure that because you and Macaulay were married when Macaulay was born, that means that you both share something called parental responsibility for Macaulay. And even though you haven't seen Macaulay for a long time, and even though there are court orders to stop you seeing Jordan and Macaulay, you should still have your parental responsibility. It's extremely rare to lose that. And I think if you'd have lost your parental responsibility, you'd have known about that. But it's very, very rare that you would lose your parental responsibility. Do you know if there's any other court orders been made in respect of Macaulay at all?
No.
Okay, okay. So my starting point will be to try and get hold of a copy of that order, the court order, because that will give me my starting point as to what applications might be able to be made to the court, whether we might need to make those applications to the courts in Scotland. Now, there's lots of these types of legal clinics, and there's even legal clinics in Scotland. Right. So that's something that we can have a think about. I just want to talk about you for a minute in terms of any medication that you're taking, or what support you've got from the charity?
So I've taken about different antidepressants at the minute. Sorry, I have good days, I have bad days, but I'm feeling healthy and well. Yeah, so I'm just on some antidepressants really, and as I say, I'm at the working with the charity, and they've been amazing at helping me and helping me to understand what I can do and how I can be a better person, a better mum for Macaulay, I suppose.
Okay.
So that's it really in terms of education.
Okay, and you said that your sister gave you some help. What other family have you got? Because it's not just you. Macaulay's got a wider family there. Are your parents alive or?
No. Well, my mum, I wouldn't have a clue. My mum left us when we were a lot younger. She walked out when we were left with my dad. My dad didn't really give a shit about either of us, to be honest. Don't really have regular contact with my dad at all, to be honest.
And he doesn't see Macaulay then?
What was that, sorry?
He doesn't see Macaulay. Macaulay doesn't see his granddad.
No.
Okay.
As for Jordan's parents, I don't know. I'm going to assume he does, but as for mine, Macaulay doesn't know his nan. I barely know my mum. See my dad at all.
And what about your sister? Does she still is she close by? Yeah,
she's she's really helpful and supportive, and she's been really good to me ever since coming back to England. When I came back from Scotland after everything with Jordan and Macaulay, I lived with my sister for a while, and she housed me really until I could get on my feet and sort myself out.
Okay, so I'm getting the feeling that you might have had a bit of tricky time over the last few years with one thing and another.
Yeah.
And with all this support now that you've got, and it's great that you've been in touch with the charity because they can help you in lots of different ways. You've managed to straighten a few things out for yourself. Have you got your own little flat and whatnot?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. I've got. Yeah.
And your benefits, are you all sorted with all of that?
Yeah. I get some money that helps me out. So I'm on some benefits and that which really help, and money is not a worry for me these days, and the way it has been in the past. So I'm good. I'm doing good.
Yeah. And what are you like on the what are you like on the phone? Are you okay on the phone as well? Because I won't write to you because I know that you struggle with your reading, but it's important that we fix another appointment for us to have a catch up. So you're okay with the phone? That's
fine. Yeah, I'll be happy to make some notes, or if it's possible to record it or something. That'd be useful.
Yeah, that's fine. So I just want to make sure that I've got all the detail that I need. I've got Macaulay's dad's name. That's Jordan Whitehall. And do you know Jordan's date of birth?
Jordan's date of birth is the 18th of the 8th.
Yeah.
8th.
And when we've talked about the court order, do you think that order's still in force now?
I'm not entirely sure. As I say, there's one that I was aware of that expired. It was for 5 years and that expired. But as for the others, I'm not entirely sure, to be quite honest.
Okay. And do we know which of the courts it was that made that order?
It was a sheriff court. I can't remember, and I can't remember if it was Perth or Dundee.
Okay, Perth or Dundee. Okay. Can you remember having a copy of that order at all? Getting a paper copy of it?
I think I did. I think I might have that somewhere. I think I can't remember.
Yeah, okay. If you did come across it at all, if you could maybe drop it to your support worker, or if you can make a little note, and then it's something that we can talk about next time.
Okay.
You know, when we have a catch up. What are you like with your writing? Are the charity helping you with that a little bit as well?
With what, sorry?
With your writing. What are you like with your writing? Okay.
Again, not great, but I am getting support with that.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so let me just check that I've got everything. So as I say, there's clinics just like us up in Scotland, and I will need your permission to contact them in order to try and get a copy of the court order, because I think that court order has got to be my starting point, because that's going to really help me to advise what you might be able to do next to see Macaulay. Okay. Do you know where Jordan's living at the moment on Macaulay?
I think it's still Perth.
Right. You don't have an address at all?
No.
Do you know what school Macaulay might be at?
No, I could be wrong. I don't know if he moved from the last time I was there, but then again he was just a baby, so I mean
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure now. I don't know.
And has Jordan got family members?
His mum and his dad, he's still in contact with them, but no siblings.
Okay. Are they in Scotland?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things we sometimes find difficulty with, if we are trying to maybe think about court applications, it's actually knowing where people are. One of the things, well, Jordan, do you think, will he be working, or do you think he might be in benefits working, you think?
Working.
Okay, what did he do for work?
He was working in administration when I was last in Scotland. That's
okay.
Yeah, so I'm assuming the same thing.
Yeah, because again, I'll need to check what the rules are in Scotland, but when we issue proceedings, or we're trying to find people here in England, we can make requests from the DWP, from the Department of Work and Pensions, to try and get people's details, or even sometimes the NHS. We can ask the court to make orders, you know, if we don't know where they are.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you know up there that might be able to help us with any of that information?
No.
Okay.
No.
While I'm on that, it's important that if you think this order could be enforced, it is important. Obviously, I can't disclose any of our discussions to the police, but it is important that you don't try and make your own inquiries or try and contact Jordan or Macaulay, because if there is an order in force, it could have a power of arrest attached to it. Okay. Yeah. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and I'm thrilled to bits that you've been in touch with us, because you've done the right thing, and most importantly, you've put Macaulay first, because Macaulay's going to grow up to be a little boy. He's growing up very quickly, I'm sure, and as I say, he's going to ask questions, and it's going to be important for him to know who his mum is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know I've asked you this before, I'm just going to ask again. You're happy for me to, I won't share, I don't need to share any of the detail, but are you happy for me to share limited information with colleagues in Scotland?
Yeah.
For the sole purpose of trying to get hold of a copy of this order?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So I can share your information. The information that I'll share will be your name and date of birth. I will share Jordan's name and date of birth, and I will share Macaulay's name and date of birth. His full name is Macaulay Whitehall. Has he got any middle names?
No.
Okay. His name and date of birth. I'm going to share the information that you believe that there were proceedings in Scotland around about 5 years ago, and see whether there's anything they can do to try and get hold of a copy of that court order. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also going to ask them information about, if we don't know where Jordan is living, how we might be able to get hold of that information. Okay, but I don't need to share with them any of the personal information that you've given me today. All right. So I'll share that information with Scotland, and then what I will do for you is to make another appointment for us to have another one of these catch-ups in about 10 days.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you? We'll have another catch-up in about 10 days. See if you can see anywhere in your papers, any papers to do with the court. And then I'll make those inquiries of Scotland. We'll have a catch-up in about 10 days, and then I'll be able to give you some clearer advice about what we might or might not be able to do for you. Okay.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to ask me about?
No, I think that's everything. And as I say, I'm so sorry I've not had the relevant papers and documents with me. Today it's just been a little bit overwhelming, really. But for our next catch up, I'll definitely make sure I've got everything, and anything that you need or I think that might be useful, I'll make sure I have with me. Yeah, that's absolutely great. Anyway, it's been lovely to meet you, and if you need to get in touch with me, if you get in touch with your support workers, because they've got the email for the Legal Advice Centre, so they can contact me. They can contact me quickly. So if you need anything in the meantime, you've got your support workers there who'll be able to help you, and they can get in touch with me here at the Legal Advice Centre. Is that okay? Yes, thank you so much. All right, well, it's been lovely to meet you, Inga, and you take care of yourself. Thank you. Bye. Okay then, thank you. Bye. Bye.